Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is August the 18th, 2021, and today the topic is work. Yesterday, not too much happened. I did a virtual class, trying to come up with some ideas, taking notes on the event that we hosted Sunday, chit chat with Proverbs bites about things that we could improve as we move forward with this dinner party situation. Just getting some more ideas and plans in place, things like that. That's pretty much it. Of course, other than regular stuff, other than momming and whatnot. That's pretty much how yesterday went. Fast forward to this morning, I woke up, I guess on time. Got on up and did play the app for my prayer meditation, but apparently I don't remember it. I wonder if I fell asleep during it. So I tried to play it again, and I still don't remember it being much. So, I did take the screenshots of what the prayer meditation was centered around today. But I guess for whatever reason, it didn't necessarily stick with me this morning. However, after the second attempt to listen to prayer meditation with the Soul Space app, the word work stood out in my mind. I looked up verses, and here we are. So let's get into it. I was going to define work, but then I just was like, one, I found so many definitions, so that was one thing, and then two, I just was like, I think we all know what work is, quote unquote. If you don't, I guess you can add that to the Go Deeper section for yourself and look up all those definitions of work. But let's see what the Bible has to say, okay? So Colossians 3:23 says, whatever you do, work heartily as for the Lord and not for men. Whatever we do, y'all, whatever we do. So, I know we tend to, when it comes to work, like sometimes we just tend to do something either for the money or do something for, because this is all we know. We get stuck into routines and things like that. But it says here, whatever we do, work heartily as for the Lord, and not for men. So, I don't know. Well, if I talk about me and my work situation real quick, I guess I always try to do things that I enjoy. And I know everybody doesn't have that luxury and everything like that. But I guess for me, it was somewhat easy to work heartily when you enjoy your work. So, I don't know if that's something that we should think about today or whatnot when it comes to that, but I guess again, we should think about this as we approach whatever we are doing. I was gonna say there was something else in my mind to tell you guys about that. If it comes back to me, then I'll tell you. But anywho, so yeah, that's just something to keep it to our minds, you guys. Okay, I remember. I talked to, I believe her name was Krista Hayes at some point. I believe it was last year or the beginning of this year. Remember when I chit-chatted with her, and she has this whole book and movement centered around, using your God-given talents and your God-given gifts as your work, or basically using those things that God instilled in us for His kingdom work and then your work. I guess that's again another way to work heartily. When you're, using your gifts, when you're using the things that God has put inside of you, and everything like that. So again, that's something to just think about as we approach work and as we approach, whatever we do. But regardless, try your best to do it heartily for the Lord and not for men. Now, Proverbs 16:3 says, "Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established." I mean, there you go, friends. I mean, I feel like everything that I've actively tried my best to do for God, has been established. I mean, I feel like GSL is a huge example of that. Among other things that, I've been blessed to be able to do throughout my life. And so, I guess if you want to see something get established, then commit that work to the Lord, y'all. Commit the work to the Lord. Now, Proverbs 18:9 says, "Whoever is slack in his work is a brother to him that destroys." Ooh, that might be the Pope today. I know when I came across that verse this morning, I just was like, it kind of stood out in a way, and it also just was kind of like one of those things like, made me think a little bit. Because, we know who came to destroy, right? It says the evil one comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And then right here it says, "Whoever is slack in his work is a brother to him that destroys." So, I don't know. Again, that's something to just let marinate on our hearts, souls, and minds today. Just thought that was very interesting, though, when I came across it this morning. Now, 2 Thessalonians 3:10 says, "For even when we were with you, we would give you this command: if anyone is not willing to work, let him not eat." Y'all, what more can we say here? To be honest with you guys, this verse kind of makes me think about I hate to say, but like it does kind of make me think about like either those that are, I guess in the unfortunate situation of being homeless, or like the street peddlers and things like that. And I know that sometimes it gets hard to just, how can I say? Okay, I'll just talk about me. I'll just tell I'll just only say me. I know sometimes it was kind of hard for me to give to those individuals because for example, I shared this example before in this blog that I wrote about giving. It was on the Live Lay journey. So, but anywho, but basically, I was sharing like there was a time when I worked in downtown Atlanta, and there was a lot of people that would street peddle around that area, and and I would be going there for work, and then either on my way to the car, or sometimes on my way into work. Sometimes those individuals would ask for funds and whatnot, and sometimes I tried to eventually change my mindset about it to just be prepared to give. But those times in the beginning when I wasn't necessarily prepared, it kind of got a little bit, I won't say annoying, but it just got kind of hard for me, because it was one of those things where I was kind of like beating myself up about it a little bit, because on one hand I want to help, I'm somebody that would love to figure out, how can we, create organizations, or how can we create, tiny home villages or something for the homeless, so that's me, that's my heart. I would love to give. However, again, with the situation being me either coming into work or going out or leaving from work, knowing how hard I worked for the funds that I received, and sometimes whatever I would have on me would be like a tip or gratuity. it would be like, goodness gracious, like, and here you are, you're just standing here, and like sometimes I would give, but sometimes I would be grudgingly giving, and I kind of would pray about that, because I'd be like, Lord, I would love to give, that I would love to create something to help these people. However, at the same time, I keep finding myself in a situation where I'm working, and then as soon as I leave work, I might have just made a little tip, and then here they are asking for it, and it's like, so I mean, I guess that verse reminds me of those type of situations, because again, it says here plainly, if anyone's not willing to work, let them not eat. Now I get it, you know what I mean? I don't think we're supposed to lead people, I believe that, I guess, and that's why eventually, for me, as I prayed about it and as I went to God about, my giving and my mindset centered around this whole thing, I think God kind of helped me in that area, and again, I found myself, instead of not being prepared to give, eventually I started to prepare myself to be able to give. Like, I would either keep a little bit of funds to the side, or keep something to the side to be able to, when that time come, give. And so there were times where, by doing that, and when those times came up, I felt better about having and had already prepped in my mind that whoever it is that needs this, obviously they would ask whatever the case is, and when I had whatever it was, I was able to give it, heartedly, right, and cheerfully, and everything like that. So that's just something to think about. I don't know, like I said, that just reminded me of that verse this morning, or that verse reminded me of that scenario. But again, we have to, I would say, going to God and I guess asking for discernment in that area when it comes to, the individuals that, need our help and everything like that. So that's just something to think about, y'all. But now, see, Proverbs 14:23, it says, in all toil there is profit, but mere talk tends only to poverty. Friends, hey, there's a few more verses in the Go Deeper section that centers around work. I hope that you guys take a look at it and, let them marinate on your heart, souls, and minds this morning. The Bible verse of today is Zephaniah 3:17. It says, the Lord thy God is the midst of thee. The Lord thy God in the midst of thee is mighty. He will save. He will rejoice over thee with joy. He will rest in his love. He will joy over thee with singing. Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration with juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. I have a quick announcement that I want to share with you all, and that is that your girl is going to be on Big Talk, Big Game tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Yes, yours truly, if the Lord's will be on Big Talk, Big Game. You guys can check them out on Instagram or Facebook or any of those places to figure out, where it's going to be. I believe it should be on their YouTube and Facebook and things like that. I think they go live on their Instagram as well, but you can go to their page and check and make sure. But yeah, that's Big Talk, Big Game at 7 p.m. Your girl is going to be getting interviews, so I'm looking forward to that, and that's all I got for you today. So you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for listening, and look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. Hello, charmers. Visit ttcboutique.com for the latest in fashion and accessories. Twice the charm, the source of women clothing.